Between them, Italy and Uruguay hold 6 world titles, but all that counts for nothing. The group of death will see its second former champion depart tonight. Who will be left standing at the end of 90 minutes in Natal? The whipping boys before the tournament, Costa Rica, have already taken down 2 world champions. Can they make it 3 in a row against an England team that has made 9 changes to the starting 11? And host Brazil turn on the style with Neymar orchestrating a place in the knockout stages, scoring twice as the Seleção overcome Cameroon with ease. Brazil will now face Red Hot Chile on Saturday. Good evening. Yes, what a day we have tonight in the World Cup. Let's go straight to the wall. 4 matches. The first kickoff at 9:30, Italy versus Uruguay. After that, Costa Rica versus England. Later tonight, Japan versus Colombia, and Greece versus Ivory Coast. Karim Bencherifa and Novi Kapadia are ready for an exciting night of football. So let's get straight into the show. Yes, it's a must-win game between Italy and Uruguay tonight. Liverpool hitman and also Uruguay's talisman Luis Suarez will have to summon his extraordinary poaching skills once again as the Azuris stand in their way for a passage to the round of 16. Suarez, who single-handedly fashioned an emphatic win over England, will be hoping Edinson Cavani resumes normal service down the flanks as the South Americans are confronted by one of the canniest teams in the tournament. Andrea Pirlo, on the other hand, will be seeking to lead Cesare Prandelli's men into the knockout stage in what is perhaps his last World Cup.
I think it is much too early to think that the match will be Italy defending and us attacking. It won't be like that. We have a lot of respect for Italy, for its traditions and for being a 4-time World Cup winner. I don't like beating my chest, but I think my team has already shown that they can absorb pressure and turn it towards what they want to achieve. We will be under pressure, obviously, because from 3 possible results, we only need 1.
I hope you see a different Italy, not the one who won against England or the one who lost against Costa Rica. It's going to be a different match, as every match is. We certainly hope to impose our play and to win the match because we have all the chances to succeed. No team plays for a draw, and we're certainly not going to be doing that tomorrow.
And this is why Group D is the group of death. Look at the top. Costa Rica have already qualified. What a story that is. 6 points. Italy and Uruguay have 3 points each and they play off tonight. Importantly, Italy have a better goal difference than Uruguay. So Uruguay have to win while Italy can still go through if they get a draw. Novi Kapadia, winner take all. But what a match we're going to see. Uruguay, 2-time champions. Italy, 4-time champions.
One of the ultimate ironies, this match was supposed to be the match which would have decided the group winner. Instead, it's an elimination match. Italy have that slight marginal advantage of a superior goal difference that they can get through with a draw. But as the comments are being there, that no team is really going to play for a draw except maybe in the last quarter. Obviously, Suarez in the top form, he's up against a much better organized defense.
Yes.
It's will not make some of the errors that the English defense made. And then he was a bit highly charged up against England. And
for various reasons.
There is the Balotelli factor.
Which Balotelli turns up?
Balotelli at his, the way he destroyed Germany in Euro 2012, this is an aging Uruguay defense. He can always, in the air, from outside the box, he can also be a devastating striker.
Karim Bencherifa, before the tournament, the verdict was out. Is this the group of death or is the Germany, Portugal, Ghana, USA group the group of death? But 2 champions are going home. What a World Cup we've had.
Yeah, absolutely. The beauty about this World Cup is you cannot predict any match, and it seems like all groups are groups of deaths because no small team, there is not much difference between the teams, and we had seen a lot of goals, and that's what makes the games very interesting. So we have lined up a very good, interesting game, especially this game Italy-Uruguay.
Okay, Karim, you've actually gone into the heads of both the coaches. So let's see what is Karim Bencherifa's likely lineup. Italy first. He's going for a 3-5-2. Chiellini, Bonucci and Barzagli at the back could get tested by Suarez and company. Andrea Pirlo wouldn't have a very good game against Costa Rica, will want to make a difference. At the top, he's gone for Ciro Immobile, who could get his first start of the tournament. Remember, along with Balotelli, Immobile, in fact, is off to Dortmund to replace Robert Lewandowski, so he knows how to score goals. Let's have the Uruguay lineup. That's on our screens, yes. And at the top, the two danger men, Suarez and Cavani, between them probably worth 150 million pounds. This back four is where the problem lies. Could be suspect, but also a really strong midfield here for Uruguay. A big game coming up. Karim, let's in fact walk to the telestrator. And for a moment, for 2 minutes in fact, you become Cesare Prandelli. Novi spoke about the threat of Luis Suarez. The defense isn't what it once used to be. No Baresi, no Cannavaro, that style's gone. What does he do? How does he stop one man? Because this one man can ruin his tournament.
Of course, I mean, as we know, Uruguay will come on a 4-4-2. Maybe depend on they need the win. They will go all out. Cavani will drop a little bit when they are defending. So now you ask me why 3-5-2? Why I think Prandelli will go with 3-5-2, because we know the strength of Uruguay is the Suarez, and also with the support of Cavani. So if we go with the 4-4-2 diamond, how we play is, especially when they have the ball, these two will be involved on the build-up. The side backs also will be open up, and then we will be on a situation like this, which you don't want to have with Suarez being the attacker. That's why I think he will go with the maybe 3-5-2. 3-5-2 will give him stability. Number one, it will free Pirlo as being a free man and a free role, because Pirlo doesn't have any more the strength to do box to box like in a 4-4-2. And also, most importantly, when they are attacking the two midfielders, one of them will stay, maybe Verratti, because De Rossi maybe not playing. The wing backs, they can move up, and still you will still have a balance at the back by having this 3 versus 2. We know Cavani and Suarez, they're not dangerous on the flanks. They will not go too much on the flanks, but they are players who can penetrate, who can get into the box, especially when there is cross. So I think it's more balanced with the 3-5-2 formation. They can attack, two good strikers, plus Pirlo behind, but they can have balance at the defense.
And Uruguay just need that one sniff. Suarez needs one sniff. And talking about Suarez, everyone's calling this Italy versus Suarez. You know, in fact, watching the EPL week in and week out for Liverpool, you've seen what damage he does. Probably because of his antics, he's not got that fame which he deserves across Europe, across the world. But he today is in that same league as a Messi and Ronaldo, who single-handedly can destroy a team. Ask England.
Yes, that's true. You see, also like Ian Robin, maybe he's matured with age. The antics, the theatricality, inconsistency, he's got over that with Liverpool. And that is why now he is being rated very highly. And like Neymar and Ian Robin also, he's in hot form, scoring goals, which is really taking Uruguay forward. But to give him credit, he's with a weaker team. Both Neymar and Ian Robin have a much better teammates to support them, as well as other goal scorers. So Suarez is a one-man hit machine. You know, he's really in a one-man machine. How far he can take them is to be seen, because he covers up the weaknesses of Uruguay. Because of Suarez, Uruguay is becoming a contender. And of course, the famous Uruguayan spirit.
Yes.
They achieve more than that country of 30 lakhs, 3 million people. You know, that spirit, that never say die spirit, they achieve more than really what their talent deserves.
Karim, another factor in this game is Edinson Cavani, because here's a man who's a 55 million striker, but one of the few strikers who will do box-to-box runs. In fact, against England, he stifled Steven Gerrard. That creativity of Gerrard was not there. England suffered. He could be asked to do that job against Pirlo tonight, and that could be crucial. Not just Suarez at the top, but if you stifle Pirlo, Italy don't exactly have people who can ping those passes through.
Absolutely. Before the start of the tournament, I personally questioned how will be the form of Forlan playing in J-League, and also how will be the form of Cavani playing in PSG. But I was very, very impressed with his athleticism and his fitness. He did a great job in the last game against England. For me, he was also a key player because, as you rightly said, he's defended also on the midfield. He dropped on the midfield and helped the midfielders, but also he gave that necessary support to Suarez, especially that pitch of a ball that he gave him for the goal. And the combination between the two is great because you could not see an ego problem also that can happen. But Cavani seems to be happy to have Suarez around, and even if he take the limelight.
Yes, because also in the first game without Suarez, they completely struggled. Novi Kapadia pressured more on Italy or Uruguay because remember, Italy went out in the first round in 2010. Has there ever been a situation that a team which has won 4 World Championships or even 1 World Championship faces 2 first round exits like this?
Well, Italy's always been one World Cup not so good, the next one they recover. That's been a consistent pattern right from 1962 when they got knocked out in that Battle of Santiago. You see, the problem, I think the pressure will be more on Italy because after winning the first match, you know, normally a team which wins the first match is almost sure of getting through, and you won against one of your major opponents.
Yes.
This would be a major setback. So losing to Costa Rica, though they played well, is as much a setback as losing to North Korea in 1966.
Yes.
So I feel the pressure is more on Italy, and Uruguay have, you know, really nothing to lose. They've done brilliantly. They missed Suarez in the first match. They can go back with that excuse.
Yes.
And, you know, so Italy...
And it's also an aging team, so the excuses are there.
The excuse will be there, and Italy have to show that their famous defense is not living on reputation only.
Just quickly to add to what Novi said, remember, Italy is coming from a defeat in the last match.
Yes.
Uruguay is coming from a win.
A big win.
Very motivating win. So that's why I agree with him. The slight motivation factor will be on the side of Uruguay. Also, let's not forget the fact of the timing of the kickoff, the weather, and the conditions are more favorite in a little bit Uruguay.
Okay, that's a 9:30 kickoff as Karim was mentioning, and also remember 2 former champions, one of them will go home. Now let's move on to the other Group D match, also kicking off at 9:30 tonight. That will see the surprise leaders Costa Rica squaring off against England, who remember are already out of the tournament. Jorge Pinto's Ticos have taken Brazil by storm, scoring impressive victories against both Uruguay and Italy, and have secured qualification to the round of 16 from the group of death. England, on the other hand, have only pride to play for. Manager Roy Hodgson has made 9 changes to his team. This is an opportunity for him to see if the next generation are ready for Euro 2016. The qualifying campaign, remember, starts in September. Novi Kapadia, 9 changes he's made. So he's going for youth, getting in the likes of Lallana and also getting in Luke Shaw, very exciting talent. No Rooney. Is this a message being sent out?
You see, I mean, he's sort of cocked a snook at the critics who've said that he was a conservative coach. In the history of English football, I cannot remember a coach, or even earlier when they had those antiquated management committees, that had made 9 changes. You know, Roy Hodgson has always been said that he's sticking to set players. I mean, this is remarkable. It's a World Cup match, even if England is not, you know, is not in the reckoning. And he's very creditably given people like Luke Shaw, who's a teenager. Of course, there will be also sayonara for Frank Lampard, who's been given the gesture of wearing the captain's armband. And the goalkeeper. The biggest change for me is the goalkeeper.
Yes, Joe Hart getting dropped.
Joe Hart somehow has not lived up to his Manchester City form. There's something in the air in Manchester. The players there don't seem to play the same for England. Rooney, Joe Hart, and that when England always, you know, consider Gordon Banks, Seaman, Shilton,
yes,
Ray Clemens, they had world-class goalkeepers.
We won't put David Seaman in that.
So that's why I think Foster is a message for the future.
Karim, to be fair to England, other teams will go through in this tournament who haven't played as well as them. They're unlucky to have 2 defeats, but they've actually not exactly had a very off tournament. They played well in patches.
Well, especially England, you know, that we know that play a lot of direct game. For once, they played very good football. They animate a very good 4-2-3-1 formation with some exciting talent, some exciting game. And yes, some games, some moments of the two games that they played, we felt that they was unlucky on not scoring, and just adding to that is the situation of Roy Hodgson is different than Del Bosque, for example, because he's sure of staying. He's building for the future because of the number of youths. So it is just normal now. Roy Hodgson is sitting on the bench, thinking and preparing for the future. It's
in a sense that was the mandate given to him. That's why we haven't seen the kind of press going after him as well. Very quickly, I'm about to take a break, but Novi, when you write the book, your next book for the World Cup, Costa Rica will headline 2014?
Absolutely. The complete surprise team. I mean, in the history of the World Cup, Costa Rica will be, the sporting underdogs of the World Cup.
Okay, let's move on now. The other games coming up. So the late night kickoffs feature Group C matches. First up, Colombia, who have qualified for the next round, will look to end the group stages on a high when they play Japan, who are in the need of a miracle to go through. That match kicks off at 1:30 a.m. in Cuiba. Also then, at the same time, Ivory Coast square off against Greece in the last match, knowing that a draw could be enough to seal their progress into the business end of the tournament. That match is at Fortaleza. Okay, we're going to take a break now. Reminder, do join us for a special call-in show at 8:30 p.m. to set up that big game tonight as we get closer to kick-off, Italy versus Uruguay. A bit more when we return, so stay right there. Welcome back. Now take a look at the last night's results. Neymar struck twice to take Brazil into the round of 16 with a crushing 4-1 win over Cameroon. Brazil went ahead 17 minutes into the game as Neymar side-footed with ease into the goal. But Cameroon levelled within 3 minutes via Joel Matip. But Neymar then raced through to slam in the second in the 35th minute. And then just 4 minutes into the second half, Fred got the end of his moustache to a David Luiz cross, even though he looked to be offside. Well, the moustache could be offside. And there was more. Fernandinho making it 4-1 in the 84th minute. Brazil finally coming to the party. Mexico also entered the knockout stages after beating Croatia 3-1 in a must-win game to finish runners-up in Group A. Now, they needed a draw only to advance, and they were made to wait till the final quarter of the game, where they struck thrice to seal the deal. Skipper Rafael Marquez, Andres Guardado and Chicharito Javier Hernandez struck within the space of 3 minutes to complete the formalities and send Croatia out. Okay, time for us to now see what you have been writing into us on Twitter. And the first tweet coming our way is from Farhan. He says, number 10s have always been most awesome in any sport. Sachin, Afridi, Messi, and now joining the party is Neymar. Well, the jury is still out on that one. He has to win them the World Cup first. Nitin writes, can FIFA please introduce referral system in football games where a team can challenge a referee's decision? Too many poor decisions lately. Well, Nitin, FIFA does take its time to embrace technology. They took so long to embrace goal line. This one comes from Camden Stowell, and they write that in other World Cup news, there's a petition to make Thursday a national holiday because of the USC-Germany game. Seems like a fan of both Jogi Low and Jurgen Klinsmann. And Rudranil Ghosh writes, will the Azuris be taking the flight home with the 3 Lions tonight? Well, that one is a 9:30 kickoff. Our tweet of the day comes from Ethical Hackers. And this is one tweet all of us will like to, wish Leo Messi a very happy birthday. He writes, happy birthday to the football prince, Team Messi. Wish you the very best for the World Cup. I can tell you he is having a very good World Cup, 2 sublime goals. Also, this is how you can join the conversation. All you need to do is tweet IBN Live with the hashtag World Cup. Remember, that's World Cup. You can also tweet questions to Karim Ben Sharifa and Novi Kapadia. Time for us to go. But remember, it is Leo Messi's birthday. So how can we not look at him one final time before we go? Novi and Karim will be back at 11:30.